Arnold, it's been quite a year since last Juneteenth. I remember we had connected prior to that, talked about things we wanted to do with the Academy. You connected with Rise. We've been working on a lot of things at RSL for the better.
Mhm.
How would you assess the last year when you think about it?
Whew, that's a good question. We let's say we did a lot. We moved a lot. How- Actually, it started with giving people the opportunity to play football, soccer. Excuse me, to play soccer, and so I'm well talking about giving people the opportunity. I think both of us we were the people who took the initiative to get the African stars on board as part of our RSL family. Another thing we started here at RSL is MLS Next Level, making people understand what we were doing at RSL. I think we put a presentation together about how we at RSL work or want to change things, and well, we presented it to the MLS Next Academy directors and coaches. So I think well, it's been a very challenging year. Not only COVID, but yeah, everything that happened, and the fact that people opened their eyes about what's going on in the world, and yeah, that we try well, to change things and make people understand what we are doing.
I think when I kind of reflect back on the last year, the crazy part to me is that you and I had kind of started working on a lot of these initiatives
Mhm.
prior to everything that happened with our previous owner. And it
Mhm.
kind of always brought to light. And we even presented some of the ideas to him, and he was on board with us moving forward. And then fast forward a couple of weeks, and we found ourselves in a
Completely wrong. Yeah.
completely different situation, but continuing those conversations, especially with Dr. Andrew McIntosh at Rise,
Mhm.
and working with them to kind of come up with something that we could do with the Academy. Because as you've said it so many times, we're not just developing the best footballers possible. We want to be developing the best young men that we can. So when they go off into the world, that they represent RSL the right way, whether they're still playing football or they go in a different direction.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Rise helped us a lot with this. So well, I don't know if people still know, but we followed a multi-week leadership program with Rise. And well, for people who don't know Rise, it's a national non-profit that educates people, empowers the sports community to eliminate racial discrimination, social injustice. So working with them, yeah, exactly. Working with them was well, a fantastic thing for our academy, and starting to work with them opened the eyes of people within the club. So
Right.
the fact that the academy was actually the engine
Yeah.
to get this multi-week leadership program towards the whole organization. I'm very proud that we were. So yeah, just
So we were in the group that got to do the Rise program twice because
mhm,
we both went through it with the Academy.
mhm.
And as you said, that kind of opened people's eyes up within the organization to say, hey, maybe this would benefit everybody.
Yep, absolutely.
And I think it did.
I hope so. I think no, I hope so. And also, the thing is, the future will tell. It's something that I repeated a lot over the last year. Is that as long as this is, I would say, trendy, and as long as people are talking about it, everybody wants to be a part of it.
Right.
Uh, I remember when the MLS season started in Orlando, everybody was taking a knee. Everybody was wearing T-shirts, Black Lives Matters. Everybody was wanted to be a part of it.
Right.
Um, Over the last couple of months, it's not so trendy anymore. You don't see people disengaged anymore, and that's one of the reasons that I'm proud that we here at RSL we continue doing these things.
Yeah.
I think, are we going to change the world ourselves? No, we are not. But I think we should be the ambassadors, the engine for the rest of the MLS. And I think we started it. We were one of the pioneers uh, at academy level for sure.
Yeah.
But I think as a club, we we came into the news negatively over the last couple of months. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Now we have the chance to make things better again, and I think we are busy, and we should keep this alive. Again, not only when it's trendy, when everybody is doing it, we should be well, we should be there. But now that it's well, it's less trendy, we should well show people. Listen, at RSL, we take this serious, and I think we're doing that. So yeah.
One thing that's happening in celebration of Juneteenth this
Mhm,
Friday when RSL and the Vancouver Whitecaps play
mhm,
is a special tifo was created by
mhm,
both supporters groups, players on both sides. I know Ashton Morgan for us was really spearheading it,
mhm.
and the boys actually went to help
Yeah.
paint it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if it's already allowed to tell people
It,
about. It's okay, okay. No, so we were invited by the people who were making the tifo, and so we were there last Saturday, and well, the boys could write a message,
I
and there
love
were
that.
yeah, and Dr. Andrew Maxter from Rise send us some words and expressions and that we spoke about, and the boys they well they enjoyed themselves.
And
Hmm.
I guess just in closing, what more do you want to see done here at the club? I kind of look at it as year one.
Hmm.
As you said at the start, we have accomplished a lot, but clearly there is a lot more to do.
You know, so last when was the national team playing here? U.S. national team was
You're asking the person that's literally has no concept of time because I've been moving.
oh when the national team played
Last week, I think. Last
yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah, last Tuesday played here in Salt Lake in our stadium. I saw one of the t-shirts of the t-shirts of the players were sitting on the bench, and it was Black Lives Still Matter. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting one. I think we as a club, we need to keep this alive. That's our job. Are we going to change things again on our own? No. Are we going to change it overnight? No, we will not. But we as a club, as I said before, we were in the news because of negative things over the last year. I think one of our most important jobs can be a listen soccer community in the US. This is RSL. This is what we stand for. And if you don't want to talk about it anymore, well, that's your problem. We will change our culture here within in RSL, and I think that's one of our most important things to keep this alive. And as soon as we change things over here, uh, the boys, I'm just talking about academy level. If the boys, our 60 boys go home and 30 of them tell 20 people, listen, this is what we've been taught, this is the way you do it.
Right.
From these 30 people, 20 go for, we spread the message ourselves. I think that's our job
Just
at
keep it.
RSL. Just keep it alive. So not next season, we have a World Cup coming up in 5 years now, 2026. Yeah. Yeah, well, this should be a country that okay, people
Leading
are coming here. Yeah, exactly. Leading by example. So that's I think that's one our job. Is it impossible? No, it isn't. Why should it be impossible? So if we want to do it, we will do it, and I think that's if we can be the ambassador for this message, yeah, that would be. I prefer that RSL is known for this and having a fantastic team, of course, but this as well.